This is another question that gets asked a lot. Why us? Why do you want to work for us? Why did you choose our company? A question that gets asked every time. And any question that gets asked every time, you should be very prepared for. This is where you shine. And you really have an answer that blows them out of the water. The key here is to make the interviewer feel special. Make them feel that this is your top choice and that this is where you see a long career for yourself. They don't want to hire somebody that's going to be there just for a year. They want somebody who really wants this job and is willing to dedicate years of their life growing with the company. So make them feel special. Make the interviewer feel that you really, really like this company. You admire this company. And also that you respect the fact that they work there. This is the classic question where you can give a very generic answer that everybody says and you won't stand out. And remember, interviewing is all about standing out, not doing what everybody else does. So a typical answer to a question like this, well, a really bad answer to a question like this will be something along the lines of, well, I just saw you guys on LinkedIn and I needed a job to make money. That is a terrible answer. So never say that. A better answer is something along the lines of, well, I've been researching your company for a while and I noticed that you're doing some work on X. And I myself have done some work in the past similar to this. And this is what I learned about it. And then you can go on with that. And then you can say something along the lines of, and I think the problem of X is really interesting. And I think it's something that I can add value to, but also learn and become better at. And again, this is just an example, but the idea here is that you're going to blow them out of the water. They expect you to give a generic answer, but instead, you talk about a specific problem. You talk about the fact that you did your research. Perhaps you talk to other developers at that company through LinkedIn, or you read one of their recent blog posts and you understand what kind of problems they're trying to solve. You answer this question by demonstrating that you have those skills. You mention some of the key words that they have in the job description, but also demonstrate that you're not like the rest that just wants a job and they're applying to a ton of companies. Tell them that you specifically searched companies and found this company interesting because of the type of work they do. It shows that you want to grow, and it also demonstrates that you'd be great for this job because you've worked with some of their problems in the past. And this might remind you of, yes, the 4 heroes. You talk about the technical aspects and how you worked on similar things that they're looking for. It shows that you're the type of person who's successful because, well, you're actually going out and researching and not just applying to companies blindly and waiting for any company to accept you. It also demonstrates leadership because you went out on your own and read their blog post, talked to their developers to make sure that you understand what the company's needs are. And then it also talks about challenge, how you worked on similar problems and you overcame them, or you think you can help out. And by this point, you should start to see a pattern. We're always trying to use the 4 heroes. We're always trying to stand out. And we're always trying to be the best version of ourselves to the interviewer. Now, before I end this video, I want to add a quick note here. And that is, part of the question might come with the follow-up question by the interviewer, which is, why did you leave your job? Why do you want to work for us? Why is your last job not good enough for you that you want to move? Everybody has different answers here. But the one thing that you want to be careful of is no negativity. They don't want to hear you complain about your coworkers, your boss, the ugly code base that your last company had. Be as positive as possible. Just say that you want to grow, you want more challenge, you want to work with people that are really smart, like they have at this company. No negativity, be as positive as possible, and show how you just want to grow. You just want to learn from the best, work with the best, and you are the type of person that can be put in any situation to succeed. And at this moment, this company is your answer. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.